In this video series, we'll be covering 100% walkthrough for Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. We'll be getting all health and posture upgrades, all healing gourd upgrades, all prosthetics. I'll be giving hints, tips and combat tactics along the way. That's for bosses, mini-bosses and standard enemies. We'll be able to access all 4 of the different endings by following this walkthrough. I'm playing this on PC with the Xbox One controller plugged into the PC. My name is Azzavhar or Azza. Now let's get into the video. I'll also be skipping these intro cutscenes, but don't worry, I'll give some information about the story and some of the happenings along the way. So we start in this well here, pick up this letter. Kuro's Wolf, your destiny awaits you at the Moon View Tower. So we start with 1 HP, no sword, and we're thrown in a well. Well, how did we get in the well? That is the question. We'll find out soon. So we hug the wall, shimmy across, crouch in the bushes, learn about stealth here. So stealth past these guards, they're talking about us. They're asking why we're not restrained in the well and saying that we've lost our will to live. But we will soon prove them wrong. We head down here, ledge hang and shimmy across. Climb up. We're going to be heading towards Kuro in Kuro's tower. And Kuro will be giving us our sword and also a healing gourd. So this is Kuro. Get the sword, talk to him again, get the healing gourd. There's also a bit of extra dialogue here because I've completed the game before in the past. This talks about Kuro's charm. You might not see this if it's your first time playing this game. So we have the option to give Kuro's charm or do nothing. We're going to select do nothing and keep the charm. If you do give the charm, it essentially puts the game on hard mode. So we're going to select do nothing. And we're not going to put it on hard mode. So up at the top here, grab this pellet. Head to the door. And we currently have 1 HP. Instead of using our healing items, we're going to use the Homeward Idol. Press last idol, which will teleport us, put us into a loading screen. And will actually bring us back next to Kuro with full HP. Without using any healing items. This bit talks about postures and death blows, so a few things we can do in this game. So we can go stealth and then stealth kill. We've also got posture. So you may see underneath this enemy's health bar, there's also a secondary bar, which is the posture bar. So if we perfect parry, so you can block and you can perfect parry. So if we block, we don't do anything to the enemy's posture bar. But if we perfect parry, we break his posture and then we can press attack to get a death blow. So this section of the game is kind of teaching us a little bit about that. So you can just constantly block and you'll see our posture bar is filling down at the bottom of the screen. If that gets full, our posture will break. We can do the same to the enemies as well. So one perfect parry with these enemies will break their posture. This enemy has 2 death blows. It teaches us a little bit about that. That's one. And we need to do 2. There's 2. So that bit kind of teaches us a little bit about death blows, and sometimes enemies need 1 death blow and sometimes they need 2. So you can jump across to here. And then we're going to go up this bridge just here. You can technically jump down there across that wall, and you can do a long jump over towards the door down there where we need to go. But we're not going to do that on this walkthrough. We're going to jump up and shimmy across. Go, and then crouch for stealth, and then ledge hang and shimmy across. We're going to do a stealth death blow here. There we go. Ledge hang again. Shimmy across. I'm going to drop down. Pick up, I believe that's a pellet, it is. Then we're going to whistle here. This appears to be the escape route. Call the divine air with the whistle. Yep. So we're going to do that and signal Kuro over. Then head on up. We've got a fight coming up. This fight does intend you to lose the fight, but it is possible to also win it. So we'll have a go at winning. Just going to use that pellet there to restore my HP to full. It's our first fight here against Genichiro.
You face Genichiro.
Jump, attack twice for that one. And stand just out of the way. Sometimes get an attack in just after the flurry. Dodge to the side. Jump over, attack twice. Dodge to the side. Dodge to the side. Can't see what he's doing there. Dodge to the side. Again. First death blow. Jump up. Slide to the side. And again. Comes the flurry. Jump over, attack twice. Slide. And slide. Again. And there we go. So we get a slightly different cutscene here, if you do win. So I'll let that play. So if you do win, you still lose.
A shinobi'd know the difference between honor and victory. the divine heir is coming with me.
And there we go. So you lose your arm. Even if you do win that battle, you still lose your arm. So this is where you get the prosthetic. And we end up here where the Sculptor is. It's the Sculptor that gives us the prosthetic arm here. It talks a little bit about how we got the arm. So head on out and around the back of this temple here. I'm going to pick up a coin purse. Light coin purse. I believe that's 100 sen, which is the currency in this game. This talks about remnants, which we won't see on this. We're playing in offline mode. But if you do play in online mode, you might see remnants, which is a recent update to Sekiro where players can kind of record themselves a little bit and do various things, and they might show you certain paths or hidden paths and things like that. So feel free to check out those remnants if you do see some. Pellet here. And this is the Sculptor's Idol, where you can rest at these. Essentially, these are your bonfires if you've played Dark Souls. And there's a bit of a combat training guy up here. So I'd recommend talking to this guy and doing the combat training as well. Teaches you about those deflections, perfect parries, blocking, attacking, death blows, stuff like that. That's him dead. Or is it?
Damn. Still alive.
So if you talk to him again, oh, that's the offering box. We'll ignore that for now.
That swordsman. There was a few. What are you? Some other. I can't.
So he kind of gives you access to a few different training modes. Press accept on that dialogue option there. And you can see attacks, deflect, and step dodge. We'll leave that for now. We'll come back to that a little bit later. So with this box here, this offering box, the box is currently empty. Basically what happens with this box is the game kind of has phases and progresses. So if you miss an important item in one of the phases of the game, it will put it over here in this offering box. So feel free to check that at some point in future if you feel like you might have missed something. But if you're following this walkthrough, you won't. So we won't be using that offering box on this walkthrough. That just teaches you a little bit about the grappling hook. So just grapple up with left trigger there. We've got Ashina outskirts coming up. So just jump in, grapple in there over to the tree. So anytime you see that kind of green circle, that means you can grapple over. Got an idol here as well. So grab that. And then this section here is basically just going to be kind of tying all those things together that we just learned about the parrying, the attacking, stealth death blows, breaking enemies' posture. This talks here about doing a stealth death blow from up above. So you can lock on, sort of jump over, then press attack up in the air when you see the red circle. This also talks about acquiring enemy loot, so you can hold down X here. Well, hold down X on this Xbox One controller. That will kind of get the sen, the currency. So you can get a couple of items here. You can choose to be stealthy or not stealthy here. It's really entirely up to you if you want to be stealthy or not. Doesn't really matter either way. Of either approach kind of works really in this first phase of the game. I'm assuming this guy might turn around at some point so we can get a stealth kill, but I guess... Oh, there we go. So we have a sugar just tucked away over here. So we've got Ungo Sugar, which is a sort of temporary defense boost sugar. So grab that. Got an enemy up there as well. So like I say, you can do stealth or just going for the attack. Either way should be fine really on this first section of the game. We've got another sugar just below us, so head down here. Try to drop down there, but there we go. So Akko's sugar, that's the attack boost, temporary attack boost. That was a perfect parry on the dog attack there. You can kind of follow that up with a death blow. Not too much else really around this area, so feel free to pick up those items. That sugar over there. I think we've got some more dogs in this area just here as well. So with the dogs, just try and get the perfect parry if you can do. You technically hold down block, and then as they're coming over to you, kind of let it go really quickly, and then put it back again to try and get the perfect parry like that. Usually works, because that way you're kind of defending yourself first. If anything attacks, then you can kind of like let go and then put it back again really quick to try and get that perfect parry. And we've got an idol up here, so grab this. We have our first prosthetic here, which is the shuriken wheel. Make sure to grab that. We have to head back to the sculptor to actually fit the prosthetic, so even though we've picked it up, we can't actually use it as such just yet. We would have to head back to the sculptor to do that. But that's fine for now. We don't need that just yet. So we're going to stealth on down here. Keep yourself in stealth mode. Follow this wall around. You can get stealth death blow. This talks about perilous attacks here, which is kind of the red symbol that appears, and it also makes a noise. So with the perilous, basically you have to use something called Makiri counter, which we don't have just yet, so don't worry about that for now. Or you have to jump over it. Depending on the type of attack that they do. So that's a jump, because his sword was ready to slash across the ground. Our posture broken. We're going to back up. This guy does quite a lot of posture damage. I thought he was going to follow that up with a kick actually, instead of a jump. Nevertheless. He's trying to restore his posture when he does that, so make sure to get him. I was too late there, I think. Yeah. So we can restore ours by just holding down block. There we go. So we get some good items from that fight. We got prayer beads and we got gourd seed. So make sure to grab those. If you want to, before this fight, you can teleport back to the Sculptor and fit shuriken. Sometimes throwing shurikens at this guy might help a little bit in the fight. But you'll notice what I did there was if our posture bar was filling up and our posture bar was quite high, what you can do is try and back away a little bit, hold down block, and you'll notice that it kind of restores your posture again. So sometimes try and do that. If you feel like your posture is a bit too high, it's about to break, just head back a little bit and let it go back down again. A couple of things we can do in this area. There's not really too much in this area. Just a few enemies and a few items here and there. But the items, there is a key item that we need to grab that's really important in just a second. That's a bit further down this hill. Stealth death blow there. Might be able to get a stealth death blow from up on this tree, perhaps. So lock it on there. Yep, seems we can. But someone is kind of spotting us. Yeah, so you'll see those kind of, I guess like upside down triangle things, markers. That kind of tells you if the enemy can kind of see you a little bit. Starts to go yellow, and then it'll go red if you are actually spotted. There is a cheeky enemy kind of hiding down here. This guy packs a punch as well, so... did he just fall off the edge? I think he might have just fallen off the edge. But yeah, that guy packs a punch, so you don't really want to get hit by that hammer. It hurts a lot. There we go. So you'll notice I'm also holding down RB there. That's you can do a thrust attack. Holding down RB. Sometimes that comes in handy. Okay, so that area's kind of cleared out a little bit. So we're going to make our way down and get a key item. A coin purse just up there, so grab that. There's some more coin purses just hidden under here, so make sure to grab those. You don't technically need to go around the back, but there are some chickens if you want to say hello to the chickens. Over there. Luckily this is not the Legend of Zelda, so we don't get destroyed by 1,000 chickens if we kill a chicken. Luckily for us. So this is the key item here, so you can talk to this guy. Who is not looking too healthy. And then this is where we get the key item here from this woman. Young Lord's Bell Charm, so grab that. We'll need that a little bit later to unlock a certain place. Then we're going to head up this this cliff here. So just grapple, grapple, grapple. We've got a vendor here. So on this vendor, you want to be selling your coins. Sell all the coin purses. And then we're going to buy Robert's firecrackers for 500. So make sure to bag these bad boys here.
Don't use that cruelty.
So Firecrackers are another prosthetic. We'll be equipping those soon-ish. So head down this cliff, head down this cliff. Some sugars there. We've got 3 of the green sugars. That's invisibility, which is really useful. We'll be using that very soon. This next mini boss that's coming up. Take out this guy if you want to. So we've got an upgrade material there, which is the black gunpowder and antidote powder or poison. You can also head around this way for some items around the back. I don't think those items are too useful. I think there's a balloon and maybe some ash. Take a look around there in a second. We've got an NPC here. This guy's quite important. There's a side quest here that you can do with this guy. So say that night, question mark. This guy talks about that he can remember us from a certain night. We have no idea what that certain night is at this time. So we're going to purchase some information. So pay the 10 sen. Then he's going to ask us to purchase some more information. So pay the 20 sen. That will kind of get the quest line going for this guy. Talks about a flame barrel, which is another prosthetic. And it talks about the location of that flame barrel. So that's got that guy's quest line started. So leave him for now. This is a memory here, as Kuro and Emma here have made their way through this area. Kuro says this man was from Hirata. I must pay my respects. Lady Emma are the other Hirata survivors. There are very few of us left. This talks about Hirata and this character here. This NPC being from Hirata. So we have a checkpoint coming up in just a second and a mini-boss. But we can head around the side if you want to see what's around there. I don't think there's too much if memory serves. Like I mentioned, I think it's just a balloon of some kind. And balloons kind of give like temporary boost to things. Like for example, sen dropped or items dropped. Something of that nature. There we go, so I've got a shard there. I don't have any healing items at the minute, so hopefully we don't take much fall damage here. So balloon of possession, that increases item drops from enemies for a short time. 2 of those. Let's say upgrade material. Giant skin. Hanging on a cliff. What could that skin belong to? That is the question. We'll find out soon enough. So shimmy on over. I believe this should bring us back kind of where we just were a second ago. Yeah, it just brings us back round. The NPC is just down there, and that's where the memory was. So we're going to grab this checkpoint here. Or this idle. And rest. So what we can do before we take on this mini-boss, you can go back to the dilapidated temple. I'm pretty confident we picked up a gourd seed. So now you go back here, you can see Lady Emma. That was the lady in the memory that we just saw.
You truly, I am a doctor.
What?
Forget how to. I'm how the that was.
She says that she's a doctor serving a certain master, but she can't reveal who her master is at this time. Because she's a doctor, we can show her the healing gourd and then give the gourd seed.
Is this
Now the
such a
There we go.
If it's a that's I should. I'd like to.
what is it?
Please.
What?
She asks to take a look at our face there.
That must mean it appears on those who have received the dragon's heritage, or perhaps.
She's kind of looking at the mark on the side of our head.
Are you done?
Yes, I'm.
The mark of the dragon's heritage there, essentially.
I was
So we've given that gourd seed, so we have one extra healing flask.
what is it?
You can also talk to the sculptor here and get the shinobi esoteric.
What? Shouldn't it work? Shouldn't it?
It gives us access to
I found
a skill tree.
If that's the more give it.
You can also fit the prosthetics that we have found if you want to. So we've got shuriken and firecrackers. So fit those.
Yes.
That'll give us access to a few things now at the idol. Talks about spirit emblems. So for now we're not going to acquire any skills, although we do have access now to this skill tree, because we got access to this shinobi arts. But for now we're just going to hold fire on that, we don't need it just yet. And we've got spirit emblems, which are kind of like in the middle of the screen. It says 5 out of 15 of those. And you can buy spirit emblems from these idols that we rest at. You press on that and then press spirit emblem. Buy a few of those. We're not really going to use those at this moment in time, so that's fine, but that's where you would get them from. And you can see in the bottom right hand corner we've got 8 spirit emblems. If we just rest, it should refill our stuff. We've got the healing gourd has gone back up to, it's gone up to 2 now. The pellets have gone back up to 3. That will do for now. I'm going to travel back to the stairway where we left off. And we have the first kind of boss or slash mini boss coming on up. I'm not going to use any prosthetics on this fight, but you can fit firecrackers if you want to. We're going to use just those for now. I do have a detailed boss guide for this particular fight up on my YouTube channel, so if you want a really detailed version of this fight, feel free to check that out on my YouTube channel. So what we're going to do here is use the green sugar, first of all, just around here. And the reason we use that is because it should give us a cheeky stealth death blow on the chained ogre, in theory. Sometimes it doesn't work, however, but... So we've still got the invisible sugar working its magic. And run up there, go into stealth around here. And this is where sometimes it doesn't really work too well. You've got to make sure that the red... Yeah. The red death blow icon is there. Otherwise it will just attack him and it will fail. We're just going to be kind of... going to try and lure him up here. It's usually easier to fight up here. We're going to be trying to get behind him. Just do one attack and then slide. One attack, slide. Just keep him spinning around. Just keep spinning. There we go. And we get a prayer bead there, and Shinobi Medicine rank 1. A latent skill that increases the healing effect of recovery items, which is always good. So that's the first kind of boss / mini boss. And I think for this episode, we'll wrap this one up round about here. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and drop a comment. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.